Well, I wasn't planning on doing this video. I don't think I was ever planning on doing this video, but here we are. In case you missed the news, in case you've been living under a rock, or celebrating Father's Day like any normal human being out there, Rafael Devers has been traded to the San Francisco Giants. Here's the tweet from Robert Murray. Full trade. The Giants are acquiring Rafael Devers from the Boston Red Sox for Jordan Hicks, Kyle Harrison, James Tibbs, and Jose Bayo, according to sources familiar with the deal. You've had a lot of people confirming this. Jeff Passing, Cam Rosenthal, pretty much everyone out there. This is a done deal. There was even video of Rafi coming back to Fenway Park after the Red Sox removed him from the flight, going out to the West Coast. They have a series coming up with the Mariners and a series coming up with the Giants later this week, for crying out loud. But they brought him back to Fenway Park. He got in his car and he headed on his way. So yes, this is official. But here's the trade here on Baseball Trade Values. Harrison, Hicks, Tibbs, and Bayo coming out to be $1.9 million in value. The Red Sox are going to be taking on the remainder of Jordan Hicks' contract, and the Giants are going to be taking on all of Rafi Devers' massive $313.5 million deal. As you can see here, negative $40.3 million worth of value for the Giants, 1.9 for the Red Sox. Why is that lopsided? Well, Rafi, like I said, he's making a lot of money. He's on a massive contract, but Rafi is pretty much just a DH now. Who knows? Maybe he could move to first base at some point. Maybe he could play a little third for the Giants. I'm not sure what they end up doing, but you have to assume he's going to be a DH here moving forward. Now, DHs don't have really any value at all when it comes to your positional value, right? Shortstops, center fielders, catchers, they're going to have a lot of value because of the positions they play. DH, not so much. So the field value for Rafi over the course of his contract, the projected field value is projected to be less than what he's going to be making in terms of actual cash. So that's why you're seeing a negative $40.3 million value. But really, at the end of the day, for the Giants, I don't think it really matters all that much. This isn't really a trade where this team wins, that team loses. There's a bunch of different things going on here. Now, let's talk about it from the Giants' point of view first. Let's just look at it from the lineup point of view. This is huge for the Giants. You're arguably getting your best bat since Barry Bonds. I actually just did a video on this over a month ago, and I named the Giants as a possible destination for Rafi Devers if he were to get traded. I didn't think he was going to get traded. I said in that video, there's no way he gets moved. And here we are. But I did say the Giants would be a good destination. I just felt like they needed another bat. Wilmer Flores was in the DH spot, had an OPS around 740. But with Rafi, you're getting one of the best bats in all of baseball. I think this Giants lineup is tremendous now. Jung-Hoo Lee, Elliot Ramos, now Rafi, Willy Adames. He's going to be behind him. Let's see if Willy Adames can fully get it going here. He has been hot as of late. Matt Chapman they have. He's on the IL right now. But this lineup is looking fantastic for the Giants. Now, are they going to be able, to compete for the division with the Dodgers? They are absolutely a threat for a wild card spot right now. This is a great lineup with Rafi. They haven't had a guy hit more than 30 home runs since Barry Bonds. I absolutely think Rafi can be that next guy for the Giants. Giants fans, you should be very excited about this. Let's get to it from the Red Sox point of view. Sure, they got 4 players here in return. We'll talk about them in just a second here, but there's more to this than just getting players, right? With Rafi, you got to go back to when Tristan Casas went down. Honestly, you can go back even further than that. When they brought in Alex Bregman in spring training, there was clearly a lack of communication with the Red Sox and Rafi. They were clearly pursuing Alex Bregman, even Nolan Arenado at one point. And Bregman, he was the better third baseman, and Rafi has been one of the worst third basemen over the last few years, but Rafi still thought he was going to be playing third base. He pretty much found out, well, nope, he's not going to be doing that. So they told him he was going to be the DH. He settled into that role. And then when Tristan Casas went down, they approached him, Craig Breslow approached him and said, hey, are you willing to play first base for us? Well, Rafi, still not liking how the whole thing with Bregman went down, said, no, I'm comfortable being a DH. I don't want to go learn a position on the fly here in the middle of a season. I've gotten comfortable with my routine. I want to stay at DH. Well, from the Red Sox point of view, they clearly did not like that because John Henry, he flew to Kansas City to talk to Rafael Devers himself because remember when Rafi, he talked to the media, he was throwing a lot of stuff out there. He was saying, Craig, what is this guy doing? I don't agree with the decisions he's making. He was saying a lot of bad things about the Red Sox front office. So John Henry, the owner, had to fly out and actually talk to him who knows what, happened in that meeting, what words were said. It never got out, but clearly there was a disconnect. And I think for the Red Sox, they just thought, you know what? He's not putting the team first. And even go back the last few years, the Red Sox have wanted Rafi to speak to the media more, be more of a face of the franchise more because they are paying him a lot of money, but he wasn't really doing those things. I'm not saying, that's wrong of Rafi. It's his choice if he wants to do it or not, but I'm just looking at it from the Red Sox perspective, and they didn't like that they were paying him a lot of money, and they felt like he wasn't fully living up to that contract. Sure, great hitter, but they wanted him to do more, and they felt like he had more responsibilities. Now, the return for the Red Sox, they're getting back Kyle Harrison, a young left-handed starter, hasn't fully been able to find his way at the major league level. A guy with good velo, good stuff, just hasn't been able to put it together. But the Red Sox, they've done a great job over the last couple of years here, getting more out of their starters. Andrew Bailey, pitching coach. Let's see, who did work with Kyle Harrison while he was with the Giants. So let's see if they can get back together here and figure something out. Jordan Hicks, a guy that's had success in the last couple of years as a starter and as a reliever over the last several years too. Who knows what his role is going to be moving forward. Now, ERA was at a 6.47 this year, FIP at a 3.59. That's a lot better. So there are good things with Jordan Hicks, a guy that's got good velo. He's got good stuff. Let's see if the Red Sox can find a game plan for him and maximize his potential. Now, I will say this. I do love that the Red Sox got James Tibbs out of this deal. I was really thinking going into the draft last year that this was a guy the Red Sox are going to end up getting. Braden Montgomery, he ended up going to the Red Sox, but he was projected to be a top 10 pick and ended up falling outside of the top 10 to the Red Sox. He got used in the trade for Garrett Crochet, and James Tibbs, he went immediately after to the Giants at number 13. So again, I thought the Red Sox could have ended up with him, and they very well could have. And the fact that they get a guy like this to put into the minor league system, still a bit further away. He's in high A right now, but a guy that has a 379 on base, 857 OPS overall, has 12 homers. This guy mashed at Florida State. So I think there's a lot of potential with his left-handed bat with the Red Sox in the future. And they also got Jose Bayo here. Fangraphs, they ranked him number 27 in the Giants system coming into the year. A guy that doesn't have a whole lot of velo, but he's got a nasty slider, has a changeup to go along with it. So that's someone maybe the Red Sox, they can get their hands on and develop him a little bit more. Now, coming back to the Red Sox here, what happens with this lineup? I mean, look at this. They got David Hamilton as the DH here. Well, that's not going to happen here. So there's a lot of question marks with the Red Sox moving forward. Now, my first question is, what the heck happens here with Masataka Yoshida? Is this guy coming back? I mean, he's been sightseeing. He's been taking pictures in the mountains, taking pictures of waterfalls. Where is Masataka Yoshida? Well, he has been swinging the bat as of late. The shoulder is starting to feel a little bit better. So I wonder, are they going to bring him back here, put him into this lineup, or at least put him on a rehab assignment and then bring him back here at some point? This is a guy that doesn't strike out a whole lot, a guy that has had success when healthy over the last couple of years. No, he's not going to have the power of Rafi Devers, but a guy that he's not going to strike out. He's a good on-base guy, something the Red Sox really need. They rank as one of the highest strikeout teams in Major League Baseball this year. So I think there could be something here with Masataka Yoshida. Or if the Red Sox continue to pretend like he doesn't exist, then I think you have a lot of other guys as well that are hungry, looking for playing time, looking for ABs. I'm looking at Roman Anthony right now, right? Wilyer Abreu is going to be coming back here very shortly. He went on the IL with an oblique strain, but he's looking pretty good here. He's already swinging, so he's probably going to be back sooner rather than later. And Alex Bregman is going to be back soon too. But now that you have DH open, this opens up a lot of possibilities for other guys to get ABs, whether or not that's Masataka Yoshida coming back, Wilyer Abreu coming back. He can go to right field. Roman can go to DH, and they can do some kind of a rotation there. Whatever it may be, there's a lot of talented position players within the Red Sox organization that are hungry, looking for ABs. Now, for the immediate future, this is absolutely going to be a hit on the Red Sox, especially when Rafi was on pace for his best offensive season of his career, really coming into his own as a DH, hitting 271, a 400 on base, 494 on the slugging, a 145 WRC plus. just hit his 15th home run today against the Yankees. Yankee fans all across the land right now are crying tears of joy. They are celebrating all across the world. Garrett Cole is rehabbing his elbow somewhere. Tears falling out of this man's eyes because he no longer has to go up against Rafi Devers. Well, at least not that much every single year now. But again, the Red Sox, they're going to have a tough time replacing this production in the lineup, especially immediately. But could they maybe over time overcome the loss here? Again, you have a lot of guys looking for ABs here. Are you going to be able to replace Rafi with one guy? Probably not. But could you replace him with multiple guys? Could you get Masataka Yoshida back in this lineup? You can get Roman into this lineup more. Other guys stepping up. This is going to be a chance for a lot of these Red Sox hitters to start stepping up here. And I'm also looking within the Red Sox organization as well. They've had some guys really stepping up this past season. Yostinson Garcia, he's been hitting great down to the minor leagues. And Blaze Jordan recently got promoted to AAA. He's been hitting great down to the minor leagues this year. He could maybe be an impact bat at some point down the road for the Red Sox. But no matter what it is, I think the Red Sox do have the resources to be able to make up for this, not just with one guy, but maybe with multiple guys. I think the Red Sox, they are not sellers here by any means. I think they're really just trying, at least in their eyes, to try and, create a different culture here. And what I think that culture is, the Red Sox are looking for, is putting the team first, doing whatever you can to help your teammates, and doing everything you can to win. But also, at the same time, trying to get all these players into the mix that are looking for ABs. I also think bringing in Alex Bregman this past offseason, I think that might have opened up some eyes within the Red Sox organization. This guy has come into Boston. He's been a leader. His first year, he's basically on a one-year deal, has the opt-out after this year, but you see him in the dugout. He's talking with Roman Anthony. He's talking with Christian Campbell, Marcelo Meyer, these young guys that could be, great players for the Red Sox down the road. And I think that's what the Red Sox like. I think they see Alex Bregman and they say, hey, you know what? We love the production that he's brought to us on the field before he went down with the injury, but I think they also love what he's bringing to the clubhouse, what he's bringing off the field as well. And I think they see him as, a role model moving forward for the Red Sox. And I could actually see them thinking, all right, well, we just cleared the salary of Rafi Devers. Let's go offer Alex Bregman a big-time extension, keep him in Boston for years to come here. Kind of like what the Giants did with Matt Chapman, right? 6-year, $150 million-ish extension. Maybe they could do something similar for Alex Bregman. But this was a bombshell of a story here today. Let me know all your thoughts down below in the comments. I need to see what all of you are saying. Let me know what you think about the trade. Do you think there's a winner here? Do you think there's a loser here? Let me know everything. But everybody, that's all I got for right now. If you can on the way out, hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and I'll talk to you next time.